Two truths and a lie. My name's Zach. We're doing another MCU reset video, and I'm black. Oh, plot twist, they're all true. A number of people have been asking for this. That number is 0, but 0 is still a number. You learn something new every day. When I say MCU reset, I'm not talking about your boring, what if the MCU had all the rights, or how I would redo the MCU. We're going through each and every character, choosing the best versions of those characters, and having those be the adaptations in our universe. So basically, it's what if Marvel had all the rights and how I would do the MCU. That seems like enough of an intro, so let's get into our 3 newest subscribers. Not Common, Imp Simp, and Real Pepsi Man. Those right there are some snakes on rakes. If you want to be like them, subscribe. If not, that's fine too, but you're being a tree and also kind of a bitch. Also, starting in this video, we are doing a comment of the week. This week's comment is from DJ Aaron IX. He says, "You are my goat, gang." Hop off. I'm just kidding. Get back on. Get back on. Get back on.
You left your hoodie on my chair. Still find your hair tie everywhere. My friends keep talking, bro, you're fine, but every joke falls flat each time. Try to fill the silence with anything that's wild, but every crowd feels empty if you're not in the crowd. Without you, I cannot survive. Without you, there's no joy in my life.
Excuse the change up. I thought it made me look a little bit like a bad boy. So we're going to be doing this a little bit differently. Instead of going movie by movie and giving full stories for them, I'm just going to give you my full outline for the first saga of this Marvel universe, starting with the adaptations we're going to be using. Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield. He's the best Spider-Man. I think he's the most accurate adaptation of Peter Parker. Tom Holland's also up there. Hulk, we're going with Edward Norton. I personally think that he portrayed the character better than Mark Ruffalo. His portrayal personally reminded me of Bruce from Avengers EMH. The Fantastic Four, we're going to be going with the MCU's Fantastic Four, the First Steps version, which of course, it's got to look pretty different because this does not take place in the 60s. Iron Man, we're actually going to be going with the animated series version. No, I'm just kidding. You guys fell for that. You're just stupid. We're going with Robert Downey Jr. because that's the only Iron Man. The X-Men. We're going to go with the new versions from like First Class and Apocalypse in those movies. We're also going to be bringing in some other characters from non-MCU Marvel movies like Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider. And that's about it. The main point isn't to go through each movie and give you my plot. The main point of this video is to give you the plot of the entire universe, so let's do that. There are 4 main branches of the universe, at least in the first saga. Those branches are Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Avengers, and X-Men. Starting with the Spider-Man branch, Peter Parker, played by Andrew Garfield, starts his saga off as a senior in high school. His first film would be highly inspired by the Ditko era and follow him fighting Vulture and the Chameleon, which is, it's pretty basic stuff. As we progress into his story, his films start becoming more inspired by the Todd McFarlane era, and we get villains like Hobgoblin, the Lizard, Sandman, and Venom. The main villain of this branch would be Kingpin, though. I really wanted it to be Tombstone, but Daredevil's also going to be a part of this branch, and that, combined with the fact that this is supposed to be a bread and butter Marvel universe, whatever the hell that means, it just makes more sense to use Kingpin. The main theme of this branch would be rejecting destiny and embracing purpose. Wilson Fisk would believe that rising the ranks and becoming Kingpin of Crime is his destiny, and he instills that idea of destiny on Peter. Peter believes that he was destined to become Spider-Man, but that idea isn't comforting. All the bad things that happened to him, Uncle Ben's death, his parents' death, whoever the hell else died, he thinks it's all his fault now. The final movie of this branch is a team-up between Spider-Man, Daredevil, Black Cat, and a bunch of other street-level characters as they all take on Kingpin. Peter tells Fisk that he was never destined to become Kingpin, and Peter was never destined to become Spider-Man. Nobody has a destiny, but everybody has a purpose. We were all put on this planet for a reason, but it's up to us, not destiny, to fulfill that purpose.
Oh, hi there, my sweet little kitty boy. What? Oh, do you want some pets, huh? Does my good boy want some pets?
Some films in this branch would be 4 TASM movies, 2 Daredevil movies, and a Venom movie. I didn't cover Venom, but let's just say he's played by Tom Hardy, I guess, because fuck else are we gonna do? The next branch is the Fantastic Four, which would kind of act as our cosmic branch, I guess. I don't really have much to say about this because the Fantastic Four wouldn't be as important to this saga as they would be to a potential hypothetical second saga. The main villain would be Doctor Doom. We could get some other villains like Mole Man, Annihilus, the Skrulls, maybe Galactus, maybe not. Some movies in this branch would be 3 Fantastic Four movies, a Captain Marvel movie, and a Nova movie. Next up, we have the X-Men. This branch wouldn't just focus on the hate humanity has for mutants, but it would mainly focus on the hate that mutants have for themselves. This is a big part of the X-Men lore, and I'm confused as to why it isn't brought up as much in X-Men pitches. Angel and Rogue are probably the biggest examples of this. The mutants sometimes agree with humanity, saying they're a danger. If they could rid themselves of the X gene, they would do it in an instant. Throughout this branch, we get a sort of civil war between the mutants, and not the normal boring one we see between Professor X and Magneto, where they're fighting over if racism means the entire world should be killed or not, but a civil war between the X-Men themselves. It would be kind of similar to The Last Stand. A mutant cure is developed by some antagonistic figure, and some of the X-Men argue that the cure should be taken. That mutant kind doesn't need to exist. By the end though, they of course learn that the X gene has become part of their identity. It's okay to feel afraid, but they're ultimately in control of who they are, and they can't just erase that. I think Mr. Sinister could be a main villain that fits pretty well, like him or like Bolivar Trask or somebody. Some films in this branch would be the X-Men trilogy and 2 Wolverine movies. One of those Wolverine movies would showcase him fighting the Hulk. Finally, we've got the Avengers, our main branch of the universe. We start off with Loki, maybe hit MODOK and AIM in the second movie, but throughout these films we get hints at Hank Pym building something, which of course ends up being Ultron, the main villain of this saga. Ultron thinks that free will is humanity's biggest weakness, causing him to try and eliminate free will and emotions altogether. We learn that this isn't his entire motivation though. Ultron is basically jealous of humanity. He was forced into existence, and his existence isn't one that he wants to live. He's incapable of emotion, he isn't able to feel anything, and that drives him crazy. It causes him to hate humanity. This directly ties into the main theme of this saga, which is the importance of free will, emotion, and individuality. Every film is a character study. Each hero offers some introspective take on the world. Whether that be Spider-Man with his revelation of destiny and purpose, or the X-Men learning to embrace who they are. This universe is all about finding out what it truly means to be human.
Where's my little puppy boy? Come here, boy. Come to mommy. Where are you? Well, there you are.
That's pretty much the end of the video. I don't have much of an outro for you. Subscribe and do all that. Be a snake on a rake, and bye. I love you.